So, what qualities did you find helpful in working with me, or actually other agents that you've worked with? I know you've bought and sold, a few houses. Like, if you were giving again advice to somebody, what qualities kind of stood out? What do you think it's important?
Well, I think it's really important that you have someone who's a solo agent, who's really dedicated, is always going to be your person. You're not going to get passed off to somebody else. Somebody who really listens, who is well connected to the area. I loved that I knew you'd lived here for forever, so I know you know every area. And frankly, we had that discussion. If the borough isn't going to happen for us, what else? We wanted walkability. Like, where else could we go? I have no idea what other places are walkable in the area. So I think that's really important. And just the transparency is so important. I loved how you were so transparent about even the business part, which can be super overwhelming, all the contracts, you really sat down and explained it. And I guess I would say you're always willing to tell us as much as we need to know or as little. I feel like some people just talk at you, push things, or else they just want you to sign without looking. And I love that we could really count on you to give us as much or as little as we needed, and that you would always go the extra mile. And I know that sounds so trite, or people say that all the time, I suppose, but it's really true. And I've heard that from so many other people who have used you who are not your friend.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And what else? Again, just also being able to tell us something that's unpopular. I think there's a lot of realtors who potentially, I'm not going to say they just want to make a sale. Of course, they want to make their clients happy, but you're willing to really say, this is like the place we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
This is not what you want. I can see that you're trying to talk yourself into this. So that was really, really wonderful too.
I think it's the time to absorb some of that, the whole process too. Whether it's the paperwork and sending it ahead and formulating questions and reviewing it a few times.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than getting a piece of paper in front of you and saying like, okay, well this says this, and just sign it. And then you're feeling like you don't have time to, really digest it.
Right.
And the process of buying a house is the same way. You need to see a lot of homes, I think. And I take that time.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do.
Doesn't matter
you
if
work
you bought
so
a million
hard.
homes, $1 million, 300,000. It doesn't matter. I don't think you really understand what it feels like unless you're inside the home. Pictures don't.
No,
tell the whole
absolutely
story.
not. No.
So
you have to be, and you're always willing to be there.